Welcome back to my channel for a very short Hasselblad episode. In front of me on the table you see my Hasselblad X2D II. I've currently mounted the 28p lens, so XCD 28p, because a lot of people asked for it. It's a really good lens and it works without any flaws on the X2D II. And I've also mounted here the GODOX Flash iT32. And in the last months, I posted a couple of videos on flash photography with Hasselblad X cameras because it seems that there are always a lot of problems, difficulties, and things you need to overcome in order to be successful in your flash photography. And I posted, for instance, a video about shooting the Hasselblad X2D II with ProPhoto Flash and explained a lot about the functions and the TTL logic implemented in the Hasselblad X2D II. And I will use a lot of nomenclature in this video here about what I said back then. So if you have not seen that video, please look it up and get these data points in your mind, in your brain, so you can follow what I'm trying to tell you in this video here. And I also posted a video about the GODOX iT32 because a lot of people said that, well, flash photography with ProPhoto gear that works, but with GODOX we always have difficulties. And yes, it seems I needed to do this add-on video here, which you're currently watching, because there is one issue I want to report on and also want to show you a workaround. Let's kick this off. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, support my work. Many thanks for that. Alright, so in that video about the Hasselblad X2D II and the GODOX iT32, I actually showed, besides a lot of other things, that the TTL logic implemented in the Hasselblad X2D II communicates proper signals to the flash, the iT32 from GODOX. And this is my workflow. I have my flash on camera and not off camera, but I showed very quickly in the video that one of the features of this flash is actually to just take it off, because here we have a transmitter with a magnetic holding, and then you can also shoot the flash off camera, for instance like this from the side, in this case from the side towards Jennifer. And that is not my workflow, but I showed mechanically how it works, but I didn't study how the TTL logic of the camera is reacting to different light situations and then steering the flash in hopefully a proper way. And turns out that a lot of people dropped me comments and said, well, the TTL logic in the way you described it, showed it, demonstrated it, works very well as long as I shoot on camera with that iT32. But if I take it off and shoot off camera, the TTL logic basically breaks and does no longer work. And I tried it out by now myself, and guys, you're perfectly right. What you write in the comments is absolutely correct. I face the same issue and I'm going to demonstrate it in a moment. Now, what can we do about that? I think one of my subscribers, I didn't find the comment any longer after I remembered that I had read it, said that he even reached out to GODOX and asked them about the issue. And it seems that there is currently no real fix for that. GODOX seems to work on it. They likely can fix this via firmware, but it does not work at this point in time. So what we need is, and again, is not my workflow. I shoot flash typically on camera in these type of flashes because they are small and compact. In the ProPhoto video, I was shooting off camera and triggered the flash remotely. But here with this small compact pocket flash, I think that's what we could call it, I shoot on camera. And what we need, of course, is a workaround for those of you who really want to pull it off here and shoot the flash remotely off camera. And also here, I'm going to provide you a workaround, kind of a solution, not ideal, but it works. And I'm going to demonstrate it in this video. All right, let's go right into the topic and let me show you the inconsistency, how this flash is firing on camera versus off camera first, because that's the issue people are reporting on. And by the way, saying it again, my workflow is on camera flash shooting with a compact flash like this. Not with the Profoto A2. Here I shoot the flash remotely, just via the transmitter. But here I have everything assembled together on top of the hot shoe of the camera. And in order to make this a bit more interesting, because I have here very dominant ambient light, and ambient light is one of the buzzwords I used in my videos back then. So again, if you have not seen them, look them up. I post the links down below in the info box. I will now dim down the light and will remove the dominance of the ambient light, so the flash really gets some work to do. And I will also in a moment fix my exposure parameters. So I'm currently shooting here in aperture priority, and I have 0.5 seconds. If I getting a little bit shaky, this might not work out. And here are the parameters I'm shooting with. So we are here in autofocus continuous. I have subject detection for humans on here. I'm shooting widest open for this lens at an f4.0. I'm shooting at the native or base ISO of the camera, which is an ISO 50. And 1/10 seconds, I have very strong in-body image stabilization here, so that will play out. And you see Jennifer in the scene is quite dark, and we clearly need the flash to get correct exposure now. So let me focus. You see Jennifer's face is detected here, and let me take a shot and you will see the flash firing. Boom, here we go. Let's crop in. And that looks to me like correct exposure. It looks actually really good. And watch what happens now if I take the flash off and basically fire the flash next to the camera. So we have no longer the connection between the transmitter here and the contacts in the iT32. Let's take the same shot and let's hold the flash here and let's see what we get. You see, totally different outcome. This is totally inconsistent. Look here at Jennifer's face, very dark and really not the correct exposure. And that is the off-camera flash situation. If I go here where the flash was sitting on top of the camera, we have here correct exposure. You see the difference? This is on camera with the flash connected to the transmitter here, and this is off camera. So this is the first section of the video, and what it shows is everyone who dropped a comment, and there were at least a handful of people who said, yes, if I deviate from the usual workflow and have the flash not on camera, but I shoot it off camera, then I have inconsistencies in the way the flash is reacting. The TTL logic breaks down, does no longer work. And guys, you're absolutely correct. It's a spot on observation. I didn't notice, of course, because I introduced the flash mainly on top of the transmitter and only showed you mechanically that you can shoot here also off camera. But I didn't study how it really reacts to different light situations and whether it collaborates with the camera or not. And it does not, obviously. Totally inconsistent exposures, off camera flash shooting, on camera flash shooting. And watch Jennifer's face here. Totally inconsistent. So this is not useful. And as I said before, one of my most loyal subscribers actually said that he even reached out to GODOX and they don't offer a firmware yet which is fixing this issue, which in my opinion is a shame, because for me, and that's what I said in my first video, this is an ideal flash solution for all the benefits I mentioned in the video back then. But if the TTL logic breaks down and basically fails you, if you take the flash off camera, then that gorgeous feature that you can actually shoot this from a different angle, for instance, from a different height, what have you, then of course this feature is no longer as useful as we all hoped it would be. By the way, if I have it off camera and I let it in here again, you see it switches immediately back into TTL mode. So what now is a potential workaround for this? Well, of course, I cannot design a new firmware for the flash, right? That's not my profession. It's not the business I'm in. So we need to leave this to GODOX, and it seems they are well aware that there is an issue. And clearly in their marketing, the feature that you can take it off is a prominent point, right? So they need to fix that. But in the meanwhile, what is a workaround you can use? And the workaround is simple. We do the following. I repeat the situation I had before. I basically focus, I take a shot, we get correct exposure here. Look at that, beautiful. As long as the flash is sitting on camera, it works in a very nice way. This is clearly the correct exposure for this dim light situation here. And if I take it off and place it, let's say here, still pointing towards Jennifer's face, it completely breaks down and it is way off to dark. See here. So that's the first step, what I wanted to show. I want to bring it back now. It switches into TTL logic here. And what you can do is, of course, and you will always, if you shoot this typically in an off-camera situation, you will very likely use your both hands. Like, for instance, this, right? This is a typical constellation. You might sometimes also have someone else holding the flash and pointing it towards the subject you currently have in mind, but you will definitely not change in the surrounding around the subject your ambient light situation if you take it off. And that's why you can do the following. You have it here, we have it on camera, we point at Jennifer, we focus, we shoot, we get beautifully correct exposure here, sharp image. And now you do the following. You swipe down here, and from TTL, you switch into manual mode. It's not more than a single swipe and one tap. And now you take it off camera, hold it next to the camera and repeat what I did before. And watch what happens now. And now the exposure is correct. You see? Here it is. It's the same correct exposure with the flash off camera, what I had before with the flash on camera. And why did it work so well? Because I dictated the flash that the measurement I had when the flash was on camera is the measurement I want to freeze also for off-camera shooting. And that works. Is it ideal? No, because if the situation of the lighting in the room, the ambient light around your subject, you know, what have you, will change, then you will get deviations to the correct exposure, but not very intense. Because if this is what you had in mind and you measure here via TTL, this is multi, let's go back to TTL, then you typically will get the right setting for the flash. And you see here the correct exposure because the TTL logic is not breaking down. And then we freeze the settings. We take it off camera. I can also go here in a very different way of coming from the side to Jennifer and shoot it. You see it here. Here's my flash off camera. And I will have the correct exposure on Jennifer, and you clearly see it here. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say and show. So no ideal solution. Everyone who said GODOX needs to fix that is absolutely right. They need to fix it because that feature to shoot it off camera is one of their main arguments in their marketing. But there is a simple workaround. If you know it, in most shooting situations, this workaround I just showed you will not let you down. If you liked that video, don't forget to drop me a thumbs up. Stay tuned on my channel. There's always more to come. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and healthy. And of course, peace out.